Welcome to Little English Studio, where English learning meets the inspiring stories of the world's greatest people. Here, we tell powerful life journeys in clear and simple English, so you can improve your English while discovering lessons of success, struggle, and hope. Today, we bring you the incredible story of James Patterson, the boy who once struggled to believe in himself, but who grew up to become the world's most successful author. From his childhood in Newburgh, New York, to his record-breaking career as a novelist, from his early struggles with rejection to his rise as the creator of unforgettable characters like Alex Cross, James Patterson's story is about the power of imagination, discipline, and persistence. Let us begin. James Brendan Patterson was born on March 22, 1947, in Newburgh, New York, a working-class city on the Hudson River. His father, Charles Patterson, was an insurance broker. His mother, Isabel, was a schoolteacher and homemaker. The family lived modestly. Growing up, young James was shy, quiet, and observant. He did not come from wealth. He was not raised with the belief that he would one day become a famous writer. In fact, as he often recalls, his family was ordinary and sometimes struggled with money. But James did have something special, a deep curiosity. He watched people closely. He listened to the way they spoke. He noticed their small habits, their secrets, their struggles. Unlike many famous writers, James did not spend his childhood buried in books. He was not obsessed with literature. He was more interested in watching the world around him. Later in life he would say, "I'm less interested in sentences and more interested in stories." This focus on stories, on what happens, on what people do and why, would become the foundation of his career. After high school, James attended Manhattan College in the Bronx, where he studied English. Later, he went on to earn a master's degree in English literature at Vanderbilt University in Tennessee. During these years, he began reading more seriously. He discovered authors like James Joyce, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and John Steinbeck. He admired their creativity, but he also realized something. He wanted to write stories that were clear, exciting, and accessible to everyone. James never believed that literature should be difficult or only for professors. He wanted books that would keep people turning the pages late at night. To support himself, Patterson took a job as an advertising executive at J. Walter Thompson in New York City. It was there that he learned about communication, persuasion, and grabbing people's attention with just a few words. Advertising taught him something important: make it simple, make it direct, make it powerful. That same philosophy would later shape his writing style. In the early 1970s, James Patterson began writing in his free time, often late at night or early in the morning before work. Like many new writers, he faced rejection. Publishers turned down his early manuscripts, but he refused to give up. In 1976, his persistence paid off. His first novel, The Thomas Berriman Number, was published. This book, a crime thriller, surprised everyone by winning the Edgar Award for Best First Novel by an American author. It was an incredible start, yet Patterson was not instantly famous. The book sold only a modest number of copies. He continued working in advertising. Writing was still something he did on the side, but deep down James knew this was the path he wanted. He wanted to tell stories that millions of people would read. For more than a decade, Patterson kept writing. He wrote several novels, but none brought him wide recognition. Some critics dismissed his work as too simple. Some publishers thought his writing was not literary enough, but James believed in his style. He believed in short chapters, fast plots, and strong characters. Finally, in the early 1990s, everything changed. Patterson introduced a new character, Detective Alex Cross. His first Alex Cross novel, Along Came a Spider, 1993, became a bestseller. Readers loved Alex Cross, a brilliant, compassionate detective from Washington, D.C. They loved his intelligence, his humanity, and the way Patterson told his story. The success of Alex Cross was the turning point. Patterson was no longer just a writer. He was becoming a brand. Alex Cross quickly became one of the most famous detectives in modern literature. Patterson followed Along Came a Spider with more novels: Kiss the Girls, 1995, Jack and Jill, 1996, and many more. The series became hugely popular worldwide. Hollywood adapted several into films, with Morgan Freeman playing Alex Cross in Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider. For readers, Alex Cross was more than just a detective. He was a symbol of justice, compassion, and intelligence. Patterson had created a character that people wanted to follow for decades. Even today, Alex Cross remains the most beloved character in Patterson's universe. After the success of Alex Cross, Patterson did not stop. Instead, he expanded. He created new series: Women's Murder Club, beginning with First to Die in 2001, about 4 women solving crimes in San Francisco. Maximum Ride, a young adult fantasy about children with wings. Michael Bennett, another detective series about a New York cop raising 10 adopted children. Private, about an international private investigation company. Each new series found its own audience. Patterson showed that he could write for adults, teenagers, and even children. He once said, "I don't write literature, I write stories that people want to read." And clearly, people wanted to read them. One of the most unusual things about James Patterson is his writing process. Unlike most authors, Patterson often works with co-authors. He creates the outline, the structure of the story, the characters, the major twists. Then his co-authors help write the chapters, always under his close guidance. Some critics accused him of being more of a businessman than a writer, but Patterson defended his approach. He said it allowed him to produce more stories, reach more readers, and keep his quality consistent. And readers agreed. His books kept selling. In fact, Patterson became the best-selling author in the world. At one point, his books made up 1 out of every 17 novels sold in the United States. By the 2000s and 2010s, Patterson's success was unprecedented. He has sold more than 425 million books worldwide. He holds the Guinness World Record for the most New York Times bestsellers, over 100. He writes thrillers, romances, non-fiction, and books for children. He has written about John Lennon, Princess Diana, and even collaborated with former President Bill Clinton on the thriller The President is Missing, 2018. His formula works: short chapters, fast-packing, unforgettable characters, and plots that never let the reader go. Despite his massive success, Patterson has never forgotten the power of reading. He is passionate about helping children discover books. He has donated millions of dollars to schools, libraries, and bookstores. He created programs to give free books to young readers. He once said, "There's no such thing as a kid who hates reading. There are only kids who have not found the right book." This belief has guided his philanthropy. Patterson is not only the world's top-selling author, he is also one of the greatest champions of literacy. Today, James Patterson is more than just a writer. He is an institution. His books have inspired movies, TV shows, and millions of devoted readers. His legacy is not only in his characters, Alex Cross, Michael Bennett, Maximum Ride, but also in his mission to make reading fun and exciting for everyone. He has shown that storytelling is not about complex words or difficult sentences. It is about creating worlds people want to enter, night after night. Patterson once summarized his approach: "The difference between a great writer and a great storyteller is that a storyteller gives you a reason to turn the page." And millions of people around the world keep turning his pages. This was the life story of James Patterson, the boy from Newburgh who became the world's greatest storyteller. From his first rejections to his global success, his journey reminds us that success is not about being literary or perfect. It is about persistence, clarity, and the courage to follow your own style. At Little English Studio, we hope this story inspired you, taught you new English, and gave you a lesson in believing in your own path. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.